One last time with feeling here. We've been doing a lot of Witcher videos recently, and I just find this to be very funny, actually, because here we are, on the precipice of 1 week since its release, and well, the critic score hasn't gotten any better, and in fact, that hasn't really added any additional critic scores, which is very interesting in and of itself for what at one point in time was Netflix's most popular show. But when it comes to the audience reviews, over 1,000 ratings, and it has dropped under that 20% threshold. It's not great. It's not great reception at all. And yeah, of the few people that are still talking about this, none of it's positive, okay? And I think about the nicest thing you can say about this is, well, at least it isn't the Kim Kardashian illegal series that is debuted with a 0%. But hey, I guess the audience is liking it a little bit better than The Witcher. I guess it's one of those interesting cases where, okay, at least they kind of know their target audience, or at least their target audience understands that, yeah, this is slop, but we kind of like that slop. But in regards to The Witcher, it's like, yeah, we like The Witcher. What the fuck is this? That's kind of the problem that they've had for multiple seasons at this point in time. And when you start to shove this shit down people's throat, there's a reason why they stop tuning in. The Witcher boss explained the series' queer love interest in season 4. This is, okay, it's just like the other video on Predator Badlands that we just did. Nobody goes to a theater, okay? Nobody wants to go see a big bombastic action movie and then be saddled with a girl that doubles as a backpack. Like, what are we doing out here? You don't go to the Monster Hunter movie and then you have to deal with one of the race swapped side characters, lesbian romance. Like, what are we doing? Okay, pushing Netflix for that Jaxier musical and gearing up to kill more characters in the final season. The body count keeps growing. Yeah, because you're going to be stopping whatever the hell you're doing after season 5. We just talked about that yesterday. I think yesterday, because yeah, that, like, Hissrich knows it's up. Netflix is begging for this series to be over because your spin-offs failed, your series is tanking in real time. There's no two ways about it, because now we've got the ratings. And guys, well, okay, from the outside looking in, especially when you compare it to the likes of Rings of Power, Alien Earth, several other big budget flop offerings, and 7.4 million minutes in the first few days, that doesn't seem that bad, right? But when you put it in proper context, it's actually quite horrific. Season 4 of The Witcher's viewership suffers a 50% decline. Oh, it's actually like really bad, huh? Netflix's The Witcher Season 4 starring Liam Hemsworth, Anya Shalhotra, and Freya Allen has come finally made its debut. Now, that is just as clunky as it looks, on Netflix on the 30th of October. And now we have some early viewership numbers to compare with previous seasons. Netflix has revealed that The Witcher Season 4 has made its debut with 7.4 million minutes. Or I'm sorry, that's just views. Oh, that's viewers. Oh, and the new season debuted on number 2. Oh, on Netflix's top 10 English language series, which is at first. Oh, okay. All 3 previous seasons, as well as the spin-offs, debuted at number 1. Yo, even Blood Origin got you beat. That's tough, man. Here's a full look at the statement, and just to run a comparison, we can compare these numbers with Witcher Season 3, and it's quite apples to apples since both seasons dropped on a Thursday. So we have exactly 4 days of data for both. Okay. And yeah, you have Witcher Season 2, 18.5 million views over 3 days, which is a little bit more than 7.4 over 4 days. And then Witcher Season 3, 15.2 over 4 days, which is considerably less in a larger amount of time. And then Season 4 just trundles along, losing half of its audience in a comparable amount of time. Not great. There are, of course, only debut numbers, but they set the pattern of what's to come in the coming weeks. Season 4 of The Witcher debuted, sees a decline of 51% from Season 3 and over 60% from Season 2. Don't have any data from Season 1, but yeah, the way that they touted that back in the day, yeah, it's a horrific fall off, absolutely catastrophic. In the coming weeks, we'll see more numbers, and we'll be able to compare even further. And yeah, if you want other comparable data, well, you have other reporting outlets that are out here, and well, despite the hype around Liam Hemsworth stepping in as Geralt of Rivia, the show's performance for Season 4 on Netflix is off to a rough start. According to research firm Samba TV, the premiere episode of season 4 was watched by just 577,000 U.S. households, a drop of roughly 35% compared to the first episode of season 3, 885,000 households. Yeesh, that makes it the weakest opening yet for the series and reflects a steep decline in interest. Yep. And that, even if you don't trust Netflix to report their own numbers, even though they have to be honest about this stuff because they have advertisers that they need to look after. But yeah, there's a third-party outlet right there just letting you know that season 4 is about as popular as a venereal disease. Season 4 is currently the lowest rated season for The Witcher across all platforms. Critic score on Rotten Tomatoes sits at 61%. Excuse me, it's 58%. Thank you very much. The audience score is a brutal 19%. Over on IMDb, the new episodes are hovering around a 4 or lower. Yeah, we looked at that, oh god, at the beginning of the week or something like that. It was absolutely abhorrent. 4s are on the high end, but a bunch of them are clocking in at about 3.8. Not great at all, with the user reviews overwhelmingly negative. Much of the backlash centers around the recast of Geralt, but honestly, if you take a look at the story, it's a really bad story as well. It's poorly adapted, and it doesn't even focus on the titular character. It's all about the characters with titulars. It's the Ciri story. It's the Yennefer story, which, if they were as fully realized as they were in the source material or even in the games, people might not mind that so much, but they would kind of like to tune in, like I said before, to the Witcher show and see the Witcher in it instead of just having him cheer on the girls from the sidelines because he's laid up and licking his wounds. What are we doing here? Well, some viewers were willing to give Liam Hemsworth a shot. Others say the series has lost its identity without Cavill in the lead. Yeah, exactly. Without a strong male presence. They're like, oh, this is just Lauren Schmidt Hissrich's vision. Oh, yeah, this has just come to full bloom, just sidelining Geralt, which you can see directly from that poster right there. Yeah, sure, he gets a fair amount to purchase. He's right there in the center of the poster, but who's up front? Exactly. That tells you all you need to know about this season and really the series at large. And yes, just to drive this point home one final time, because after a week, nobody's even going to remember this show came out, and the next time it's going to get referenced is oh yeah, right, season 5's coming out. How low can those numbers go? They should see if they can get a discount Hemsworth to go team up with whatever the BBC is going to be doing with Doctor Who moving forward to see which franchise can tank their ratings more quickly and completely. Series showrunner Lauren Schmidt Hissrich recently addressed the growing criticism over the show's direction and recasting. No one's taking the books away. No one's taking the video games away. Everyone can have their own version of The Witcher. Now, here's the thing. I'm sure there's probably some people who got introduced to this series just because of the high-budget Netflix show. But when you draw attention to, you were kind of interested in stuff, maybe in season 1, maybe a little bit in season 2, and you wanted to see the continuation of some of those plot threads, yeah, you're letting them know that, yeah, there's books out there, there's video games out there, and they're actually beloved, and they were the big reason why we got our show to begin with. So yeah, if you want to go check those out, that's fine. And I think people are heeding your advice there, Lauren, and they aren't coming back to the show. They're just simply going to those books that you're not going to have them taken away. Those video games, well, you better cherish the first 3 because the 4th one is looking iffy to say the least. And especially with all of the focus that you're putting on Ciri in season 4 and presumably season 5, do you think anybody's really, and I don't really think that there's going to be much crossover between the series and the games moving forward, but do you really think people are going to be champing at the bit to get any more Ciri content, especially if it's going to be in any way analogous to what Netflix is doing? But whatever. Comment has sparked further backlash, with some fans saying it felt dismissive, as if the showrunner was telling them to go read books, touch grass, or play games instead of watching the nearly $1 billion show that Netflix has put out there for you. Essentially, if you don't like it, don't watch. And yeah, you just take a look at the numbers that are out there. You take a look at the ratings, and guys, guess what? They aren't watching. And who could have possibly seen this one coming? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Cosmello. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.